I came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Get that quarterback. And all call. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the... 23-yard line.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Topper! Come to my work! Hey, Alpha! You got tape! You got
Throwing, Young. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 77 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Ready. Hey, team 6. Coming to you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for a big one. That is sack number 200 for his career. It ties him with Bruce Smith for the all-time NFL record. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Go. Check 53. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Young will set to throw. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Barkley. Room here to run. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On the run, it's Barkley. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Check 26, check 26. 6-6, bullet high. Deep grip.
On second down, Barkley. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards, good for a giant first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Let's go, deep. Hey, orbit. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Let's go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Chubb on the counter. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Recon, 132 fighter.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Young. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett, he has now done it. That is career sack number 201. He has the all-time NFL record, surpassing the previous mark set by Hall of Famer Bruce Smith. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A give running right is Chubb. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From just shy of midfield, Young trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Flushed out right. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and long. Catch made by Slayton. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 15.
Ready. Check 53. Squeeze, double. Hey, Charlie.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Yeah, that's how it's done, dude.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Get it.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Here we go. 60 yards. Right 54. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Deep grip, deep grip.
3rd and long for Young. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Check, check, check. Bravo. 61, matchbox, lights. Watch the slip. Hit it.
Young now throwing on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike, 53, Mike.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down again. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Young. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Young working out of the gun. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half.
There he goes left side, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
91.
A first down carry for Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
General West.
They'll look to throw here. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Following the penalty, Chubb. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Young. He goes full extension, and he's got it.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, Young. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Ready to break.
At the 36-yard
Mark
line.
54. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd and 12, Young. It's caught by OBJ. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Young's throw there incomplete. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. He returns that punt 73 yards as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
And that jumps the excitement level up a few notches, doesn't it? What a big-time punt return for a touchdown. Now their cohorts on the special team side, they've got to add the PAT.
That would be the equalizer. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Roses to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They run again on first down. Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short carear.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now, Young. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. A run for Nick Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll go to Barkley again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Hey, echo. 53 at the mic. 53 at the mic. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Shoot.
Looking to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And now look at him go. 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. As his guys are in for 6, and they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return, where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. they go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
51. 51 to Mike. Here we go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Come on. You better bring it. Go. Mike 51. Go. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. I got you, punk. 51 Mike. Mike 50.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf. Hey, shoot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing under pressure again, and down he goes again. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be the best though. If you wanna go, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to guard.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the big skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to guard.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Yeah. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Ay, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.